Hello and salutations, it's me Sal, welcome back to Two Cents Toys, and today I'm going over the League of Legends Champion Collection Thresh. I'm guessing that's the whole name, I don't know. Met up with my friend Bobby Valla, you might know him, may have heard of him, but he's a great friend of mine. Decided to go on a quick toy hunt. We went to Target, a couple other places, and actually Bobby found this, and I thought it was so cool I bought it. I know absolutely nothing about League of Legends at all. In fact, the only stuff I do know about this was when we were checking out, the guy at the counter recognized it, and I guess he plays League of Legends and was able to tell me a little bit about him. I don't care about the game, I just think he looks really freaking cool. So I bought him, long story short. As I mentioned briefly, he did come from Target. He was about 20 bucks. And I don't know if this line's been out for a while or if it's just now coming out. I don't know. It says first edition down here in the corner, whatever. From Spin Master, which is down there in the corner. You see we get the figure. Looks like some type of base maybe. Tendril rope thing. Lantern, a sickle. It says League of Legends Thresh. Has some cool artwork. I do like this box style. I think it looks really cool. Kind of this broken glass look, whatever that's supposed to emulate, I don't know. Top of the box is League of Legends Thresh, that's the bottom. Side is a window, other side says Thresh, I guess he's the first figure in the series. And on the back, we get kind of a rundown of his accessories, picture of the figure, all this legal crap, a little bit of a read up here. I'm gonna get it open, we'll look at the accessories and the stuff that we normally do, and we'll call it a day. Kick it off with the boring stuff. We have a stand, has a L, I assume, for League of Legends, foot peg, hollow bottom, nice to have a stand, I guess. We have the long tendril thing. Not really sure how I feel about it. I mean, I know how it's supposed to work, but it seems kind of cumbersome. It has a hook on one end for hanging the lantern, and a peg on the other for attaching the scythe. I will show you how that looks once we go over everything. Speaking of, here's the scythe. Cartoony looking, translucent green, which you know how I feel about green and translucence if you've been following me for a while. So very cool to see. There's the peg hole at the bottom. And the accessory that really caught my eye is this lantern looking thing, which is of course translucent, almost Lovecraftian looking. So I think this is probably the coolest accessory in it. I kind of know what it's for, I think. According to the guy at Target, he throws the lantern out and it like pulls enemy towards it or his party towards it or something. So it's kind of like a trap, I guess. The lantern hangs on right there, and the peg, you can see has a little notch on it, and the peg hole, you know, clearly it's intended to go a certain direction. Just pegs on like that. It is removable. If you opt to use this, you can, but again, it just seems awfully cumbersome to me. The scythe can fit in the hand just fine, as well as the lantern. There is a split and slight elevation to the pointer finger, so he can hold it like that, which is probably what I'll opt to do. And so that leaves us with Thresh, which there's a lot of sculpt going on with this guy. Again, I don't know anything about League of Legends, so I don't know how much of this Spin Master is going to be able to reuse, but my Lanta, there's a lot of sculpting slash tooling going on with this guy. A lot. You can see he's got this kind of sort of collar or whatever, translucent green, as well as some green on the head. The hands are also translucent green with some green on the forearm bracers, whatever you want to call those. I don't think they're translucent, but you know, it's hard for me to kind of tell without a backlight. Some really cool, almost Sauron looking boots. You know, he's got this kind of tattered cloak all along the bottom. Might add some spackling or something along the bottom, make it kind of dusty looking. Very cool sculpt. Has these gigantic skull looking things on the side, which are actually kind of annoying. They don't move. They are affixed, but they're big and bulky, and they keep knocking into stuff, and it's actually kind of annoying me. I like his little kind of bone contraption thing here on his chest with the 3 keys. It's a nice kind of touch to have those in green. Head tendrils look awfully interesting, but the thing I didn't see inside the package was this gigantic, almost reverse face hugger looking thing, which is pretty cool. I'll give it that. Like, I think that's kind of cool. It does hinder his articulation. You know, I don't know how good the articulation would be without it, because I don't have anything else up from this line, but still looks pretty freaking cool. With that, let's go ahead and go over articulation. So he can't look up at all. You know, you can force the head back to kind of do that, but as soon as you let go, it goes right back to forward. He can look down slightly, not a whole bunch. We get side to side, but it is kind of at an angle, and you get a modicum of rocker in lieu of tilt. The shoulder can spin 360, you just have to work around all of this, like this comes out a ways, this comes out a ways. So it's possible, you just have to really kind of work at it. The shoulder does come up over 90. Single joint in the elbow comes up that far, but you kind of have to get the bicep to go in between these spike things. We have an elbow swivel. Again, if you have it bent, it's not going to really travel so far because of those spike things, but swivel in the elbow nonetheless. We have swivel in the wrist and a hinge that goes in and out, though it has some tight detents, so something to think about. Can't go forward, like really at all, and he can't go back at all because this crashes into his butt. So pretty much useless. You do get a little bit of side to side and some swivel up at the top. There's also a waist swivel, but because of the tail thing, it kind of just crashes into itself and makes it hard to use. Here, the hips are at an angle. I thought maybe they were drop hips, but they're not. Allows him to kick forward that far, kick back that far. He would kick out to a 90, but all that's in the way. There's a thigh swivel. Double joint in the knee comes up that far. We have a swivel at the top of the ankle. Ankle will go back that far, forward that far before it runs into the shin guard. And that's it. There's no rocker. There he is next to classified Destro, Vintage Destro, Bib Fortuna, Moto Origins Triclops, Rayman Tim, Storm Collectibles Golden Axe Skeleton, Marvel Legends Hulk, Marvel Legends Modular Iron Man, Black Series Bosk, Black Series Obi-Wan, McFarlane's Last Night on Earth Batman, and Diamond Select Titanium Man. And that's all I got for today. It's not a bad figure. Articulation could be lacking. Again, I don't have anything else from this line, so I don't know if the dumbbell up there in the chest is normally that limited or not. At least for this particular figure, it is. He's 20 bucks or 19.99, something like that. I think that's a lot of unique sculpt. I think it looks really cool. 20 bucks, it's not that bad. For his contemporaries, though, by and large, I'd say he doesn't stack up as well against, say, like a Marvel Legends or a Black Series. Again, depending on the figure, they tend to have better articulation, so stacked against contemporaries is not as good. But then again, Black Series and Marvel Legends have steadily gone up in price. These are new at $20, so there's that $2 difference. How much of that correlates to licensing fees versus articulation, I don't know. Comparing contemporaries, the articulation is not as good. But I think he looks really cool. I don't regret my purchase, and he's just gonna hang out wherever I put him with spooky shit, I guess. But let me know what you think down below, what you think about League of Legends, if you know anything about it. Again, the only stuff I know about this figure, or this character I should say, I learned from the guy at Target. I just think he looks cool, so I got him. But anyway, if it's your first time on the channel today and you like what you saw, then all that asks is you click like on the video and subscribe to the channel. It's a great way to help me out, and I very much appreciate it when you do. And I do thank you all for stopping by and spending some time with me today. So, until next time, I'm Sal, signing off.